Ah, good job. Oh, sorry. Oh, God. There we are. Hey, casual bartenders. Welcome back to this week's episode, where today we'll be looking at the different types of shakes used and the accompanying glassware. Now, last time I went over the 8 steps of service. I hope you all remember them. If not, it's okay. Just follow the specs that I give you in the order that you see them, and your craft cocktail should come out nearly perfect. Now, obviously, you'll find that you may need to tweak some of the techniques that you use, but most of that will come with time and practice. Now, please don't hesitate to write in any questions that you might have along the way, or leave comments below. I'll truly do my best to answer all of them. So, let's hop right into it, shall we? Now, I picked today's cocktail because of its popularity, deliciousness, and also because it allows me to explain an important shake/8 steps rule. And it also showcases one of the 4 types of shakes that we'll be discussing today. You've already seen 2 of the 4 types of shakes in the first 2 episodes, so if you're new to this whole world of mixology and bartending, then you may be asking yourself, why is shaking important? Simply put, it helps break down the ice to quickly dilute, chill, and depending on how hard you shake, aerate your cocktail to the desired balance and texture. Now, before we get into the types of shakes, let's look at proper technique. Ideally, when you are shaking, you want to have the ice hit the top and the bottom of the shaker. And you'll want to keep the shaker in your green zone. Now, here's a little thing about the green zone. If you don't understand what that means, a green zone is basically anywhere on your body where you're shaking or you're doing something, a movement continuously for a long period of time or extended periods of time where it's not going to break down your body, it's not going to do any damage. So, keeping it in your green zone. What I like to do is right here. That's my green zone. It's right in the middle. Now, your red zone, shaking above your head or anything like that, extended periods of time, if you think you're, awesome, yeah, what's up? Huh, chicken. Now, I'm going to show you a couple other red zones that you just really want to stay out of. So, shaking, here's how not to shake. That doesn't shake anything. Another way not to shaking. All of these methods are really not good for these extended periods of time. It can cause injury to yourself and others. So while you're shaking, another thing you want to think about is also taking the cap off. So how do we take the cap off? Or take the small shaker off? You want to squeeze the large shaker and then pry it. You'll see a lot of people hit the container and make that sound, and it's easy to pry from there. So you're just going to... Like I said, it could do damage to yourself or others. Excuse me. Got it. Now, I find the best way for me to hold the shaker is with my right thumb on the bottom of the small shaker, my left and index middle finger on the bottom of the large shaker tin, and then the rest of the fingers just wrap around for emotional support. Now, you'll eventually find your own technique as you go along and find what's most comfortable to you. So you're just going to be using a nice push-pull method right there. Now, the first type of shake is called the long, hard shake, aka the porn star shake. And if you remember, we saw this shake with the last cocktail, the sidecar. Notice the long arm strokes when using this push and pull method. You really want to get that ice to hit the top and the bottom of the tin. Now, the ice is shaken for a long period of time in a hard manner. And I just want to note here that the length of time really does vary with the type of ice used. And ideally, it comes down to feel. What you want to feel is there'll be a frosting around the outside of the tin, and pretty much you're going to feel almost slushiness with some of the ice in there. Okay, now, the bigger the ice, the longer the shake, the smaller the ice, it dilutes faster. It's as simple as that. As for the glassware, anything that has a long, hard shake usually will get double strained and will be served up, which means without ice, in a coupe or a champagne flute or a martini glass. This is a coupe glass. So as you saw in the sidecar, we had it in this one. All right. The second type of shake is the medium shake, which, as the name implies, it uses a medium amount of time and a medium amount of agitation or ice breakage. This shake we saw on the first episode with the Tom Collins. So any cocktail that gets a medium shake will generally be strained into a double old-fashioned glass on the rocks, which looks like this. That's a double old-fashioned. Or it'll be put into a Collins glass, much like that one right there. And like I mentioned earlier, the last two shakes will be looked at with today's cocktail. I'm sure you have undoubtedly ordered 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of these at a karaoke bar or maybe a Japanese steakhouse or in a tropical paradise such as Hawaii or Worcester, Massachusetts. Okay, that last one may not be considered a tropical paradise, but I can personally say that I have had this cocktail in Worcester, Mass, and it made me feel like I wanted to be in the tropics. Anyway, this week's cocktail is the Mai Tai! Aloha wau ia oi, which, aside from aloha and mahalo, is really the only thing I know how to say in Hawaiian. Now, a really good friend of mine, a Hawaiian friend named Lisanne, she taught me that back in college, and from what she says, it means until we meet again. Now, I thought it would be only fitting that since we are looking at the Mai Tai today, that I should wear some tropical Hawaiian type of clothing. And if I had any of those in my closet, I would be wearing it. Guess I'll have to make another trip to Hawaii very soon. But really, honestly, would you believe me that if I even told you the Mai Tai didn't actually come from Hawaii? Nope. And it also didn't come from Tahiti. No. It was created in the beautiful, vast, warm, balmy, and tropical Oakland, California. Yeah, you heard me right. This tiki cocktail also has a history that is up for debate. So if you ask Victor Bergeron of Trader Vic's in Oakland, he will insist that he created the cocktail for some friends that were visiting from Tahiti around 1944. After one of his friends tasted this delicious cocktail, they shouted, They shouted that. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce anything in Tahitian, and rather than disrespect a whole nation and culture, I won't try. But that was said to mean out of this world or the best. And Victor felt that was it. That's what he needed to name this drink. So during the 1950s, Trader Vic brought the Mai Tai to Honolulu, where it took off faster than an illegal Mexican at a Trump rally. Now, like I previously stated, you'll find that many cocktails have disputed histories. Where Trader Vic's will lay claim to creating the cocktail, another restaurateur, Don the Beachcomber, will debate that he in fact created the drink a whole decade before Trader Vic's. But one theory as to why you never really hear about the Don the Beachcomber's Mai Tai is because, sadly, there are no more restaurants. Whereas Trader Vic's can still be found across the globe, even with a Mai Tai lounge in Beverly Hills. Now that we've gone over the first two shakes and a bit of the history of the Mai Tai, let's make one and learn the last two shakes. I'm thirsty! In our specs for the Mai Tai, you will see 2 new ingredients you may or may not have used before. But first, in our small shaker tin, let's add the citrus. Move these on over here. First things first, citrus. What we're going to be using is lime juice. We're going to be doing 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. Remember when you're measuring them out to hit your marks. Perfect. 3/4 of an ounce. All right. Next, we're going to add a 1/2 ounce of orgeat. Now, orgeat. This is a syrup or drink that was originally made from a barley almond blend, but now it's primarily made from almonds, sugar, rose water, and orange flower water. Anyone with a nut allergy, be careful. Yeah, I'm really not sure if it's gonna affect you, but look, it's right there on the front. You see it? You see it's got the almonds. The almonds right there. So you want to be careful, because if you use this, you gotta get your EpiPen and then you can drink it after that, but I really wouldn't chance it. So, we're going to be using orgeat, and that calls for a 1/2 ounce. Oop, got it. And finally here, or not finally, I shouldn't say that, the next ingredient, it's the next one because there's two more. The next ingredient I'm sure you've used before, or at least have heard of. We are adding a 1/2 ounce of curacao. Curacao is a liquor flavored with the dried peel of a Laraja citrus fruit, and it's grown only on the island of Curacao. So that's how you know you get the right stuff. Oh yes. There we go. So that's a 1/2 ounce of that as well. Hit your marks. Very nice. Perfect. And now, finally, our base spirit, which is 2 ounces of Jamaican rum. Hooray, rum! Yes, that's right. So let's do a quick recap. We got 3/4 ounces of lime juice. We got a 1/2 ounce of orgeat. We got a 1/2 ounce of curacao and 2 ounces of Jamaican rum. Let's pour this out. Here we go. 2 ounces. You can use 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces, but 2 ounces. Just do it. It's good for you. Hit your marks. Brilliant. Perfect. All right. Now, let's see here. Since we used orgeat in this, this is actually another step that I was going to talk about, is the whip step of those 8 steps of service. Now, the whip can also be looked at as a shake. So that's why I say 4 types of shakes. We're adding the whip as a shake. In this case, if I was to be using 3/4 or more of the orgeat, then you would give this a whip shake. It's much like ginger syrup, where if you use 3/4 or more, you're gonna wanna give it a whip shake without ice before you actually add the ice and give it the full shake. You just wanna emulsify and blend all the ingredients together. So since we only used a 1/2 ounce, I do not have to whip here. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna add ice to the small shaker, and we're gonna give this one a soft, short shake. So that's our last shake. It's called the soft, short shake, and I like to call it the Bill Gates shake. Microsoft. Get it? God, they get worse as we go along, so just bear with me. All right. And just a couple of bits of ice in there as well. Just give it a little texture. Lovely. All right, here we go. So we're gonna give this a soft, short shake. Soft, short shake. Excellent. Ooh, a lot of foam. Love it. And with a soft, short shake, whenever you get a soft, short shake, more likely than not, you're just gonna be dumping it right into the double old-fashioned. So very carefully, you're gonna dump that in, like so. And for this lovely cocktail, this actually gets a mound of crushed ice. So take out my Lewis bag. I'm actually going to use my julep strainer to do this, because it's a lot more sanitary instead of getting my fingers all over the crushed ice. I'm just going to add crushed ice right to the glass as well. Come on. Big old block in there. Oh yeah, there we go. Starting to mound it up. Good enough. And one more scoop should do it. Okay. Actually, that's a big piece. We don't need that. Here we are. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? There we go. Okay, so we get the mound of crushed ice. Next, we're going to do the garnish. For the garnish, we're going to get a couple of sprigs of mint. Just like that. And don't forget, when you have mint, you've got to slap of the mint, man! Slap of the mint! Now, you may even want to add a maraschino cherry. You can do that because I love them and they're delicious. It's up to you. But for now, we have got... Whoops! I slapped the mint a little too hard. The mint went dead. It's all wilty. So, I'll get a better sprig for you. There we go. That one's pretty. Oh. Wow, it's amazing. Just go in the supermarket and pick up a big bunch of mint and just slap the hell out of it and just see who starts looking at you. But just be like, I'm not kidding, just smell it, it's good. But it really does. It just brings out all the flavors and the effervescence of the mint. So we've got a nice little mint sprig and some tropical lovely orchids as well. So, and there you have it. The Mai Tai. What? What'd I forget? Oh, you're right. Taste it! You always want to taste it before you serve it to somebody else. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna make a trip to Hawaii soon, I think. And if not Hawaii, then Oakland, California. That's going down. Now, I hope you've all enjoyed this episode so far. If you love what you see, please leave a comment below, share this to Facebook, and tell all of your friends to subscribe to The Kazual Bartender. Check out some of our other videos below, and I hope you guys all have a wicked awesome weekend, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Blueberry bagel!